It's another week here on Talk to Martha, and we're having part 2 of women's sexual and reproductive health because Doc Taulo is a very hard man to reach. I have gone far and wide to get him in my studio, so I'm taking advantage. Welcome once again.
Thank you for having me.
Should I call you Dr. Frank? Which one do you prefer?
Call me Frank.
Just Frank?
Yes.
You don't like the Dr.
No,
Frank in front of it?
no. Simple.
So this week, I want us to tackle your specialty, cervical cancer. At what age do women are at risk of cervical cancer? What ages are the risk ages?
Thank you very much for the question. Cervical cancer actually is a leading cancer among women in Malawi. If you put all the cancers affecting women in our land, cancer of the cervix is number 1.
Okay.
So if you say have 100 women who have got cancer, out of those 45 will have cancer of the cervix.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, if there's a cancer which is easy to prevent, it's cancer of the cervix.
Really?
So the question to ask is, why are we having so many cases of cancer of the cervix in the country?
Yeah.
When actually cancer of the cervix is a very easy cancer to prevent. So to answer the question you posed to me about at what age, who is at risk and all that, I would say that every woman who has got a cervix is at risk of having cancer of the cervix.
All right.
There are several risk factors which we talk about. You know, things like having multiple sexual partners. A woman whose immune system is on the lower side. Say for those who have got a low CD4 count, or some patients who are on, say, long-term chemotherapy, or there are conditions, medical conditions, whereby one has to be given steroids for a long time. Those things will suppress the immune system. Such kind of women can be at the risk of developing cancer. Sexually transmitted infections are also other factors, contributing factors and all that. But the major cause of cervical cancer is a virus.
HPV, the notorious HPV virus.
Human papilloma virus.
So if we probably just stop having sex, or we know cervical cancer?
Not necessarily, because 99.7% of the cancers are associated with the things we have talked about. But this other 0.3%, we don't know actually what causes that kind of cervical cancer. So still, even not having those risk factors and all that, one can be at the risk of having, developing cancer of the cervix.
So how is HPV virus transmitted from one person to another?
It's actually sexually transmitted most of the times.
So is it unprotected sex, or you can still get the HPV virus if you're using a condom?
Very good question. Condoms have been put in there to say they may protect one from HPV, but it's not 100% true, because the HPV can also be transmitted through skin-to-skin contact. So, when people are having sex, it's not only the genitals which are in contact, but the whole body. So if
so you mean just like here?
Yeah,
Like if you're doing foreplay and you haven't yet, gone all the way, you can still get the HPV virus.
One thing you have to remember. You remember at the younger age, you find that, some young boys and girls have got what we call water lesions on their fingers, on their toes, or sometimes on the face. Those two are caused by human papilloma virus.
Really?
Meaning that skin to skin, you can get a human papilloma virus. But the commonest mode of transmission is through sexual intercourse. So in essence, a condom cannot give you maximum protection
from the HPV.
So that's a point which people should know.
At what point does a person, contract the HPV virus to it becoming fully blown cervical cancer?
That's a very, very important question, because if people can understand what we're going to discuss, you and me now, then they'll have an idea why I said it's a disease which is easy to prevent. If one gets a human papilloma virus, gets infected, the virus will stay in the body for almost 15, 20, 25, 30 years before cancer develops. So within this window period of opportunity, if a woman goes and gets screened, then we can pick up the pre-malignant conditions, which will be able to treat that this woman is not going to develop cancer. The reason why cancer of the cervix is common, because our woman, we're talking about the woman in the village, she has got no opportunity to get screened in our public facilities in Malawi. Now we have started screening. We started a bit late. That's why it will take time for this cancer to
be reduced.
Yes, because we started late. So a lot of our women are exposed. A lot of our women are not getting screened. And a lot of them are already developing cancer of the cervix. So this disease will still be with us for a long time. So the question you are asking is critical. That women, you never know when you get the HPV. When the HPV comes into your system, there are no signs and symptoms.
Because there's no way of feeling feverish.
Nothing. It will stay in there. By the time a woman starts experiencing things like bleeding after sex, heavy bleeding, prolonged bleeding, pains around the pelvis, it's too late.
It's already turned
into
too late. Cancer.
That's why we keep on encouraging women. And the women would like to see in our setup in Malawi from the ages of 25 above. The reason we're saying that, because we're saying in Malawi, a good number of young girls start having sex at an early age. So we sort of like work it out, say they're starting having sex at the age of 15. So if you add 10 to 15, it's about 25. So let's start screening at around 25.
No, but now you need to add it to 12.
12, like age of 12. We try not to screen women or young girls who are virgins. All right.
But 2022, like when we're talking about like a typical Malawian rural setup. Usually after Chinamwali, she's going to have it.
For sure. Okay. For sure.
So Chinamwali normally happens between
I know. That's why the program, the cervical cancer program, prevention program in Malawi, keeps on saying that don't turn away any woman who is at risk of developing cancer.
Which is very good.
So if a young girl at the age of 18, 19, she's got children already and says, I want to get checked, we'll screen. My youngest client who had cancer of the cervix, and it was a high grade, high stage. She was only 19 years old.
What?